with the ninth overall pick, I'm all the Detroit. Then with the ninth overall pick, the Denver Broncos
This
selected
pick,
Patrick Surtain
oh
out of
god,
Alabama.
this pick,
And you
oh.
said I'm all what you just said for the Carolina Panthers. You're happy they committed to Sam Darnold, right? And out of Denver this entire offseason, all we've heard is they're frustrated with Drew Lock and they're trying to get new quarterbacks
They're
and
trying to
they're
move
in the
Drew Lock.
Deshaun
This draft, they're trying to
they're in the
move.
Deshaun Watson sweepstakes. They're in the Russell Wilson sweepstakes.
It's
They're in the
insane.
Aaron Rodgers sweepstakes, right? And then overall, guess what? They have, in my opinion, the third best quarterback, maybe second best, maybe even your first best quarterback available, right? At pick 9, you didn't have to trade up for him in Justin Fields from Ohio State.
And
And
many
what you
people thought
decided
they'd
to
have to.
do, and I thought that was a home run pick, right? And instead of doing that and resetting and realizing, you know what, maybe Drew Lock isn't the guy and going all in with another quarterback and fixing. I mean, if you get the quarterback right, your team is set and their team is already really good. I'm all instead of doing that, they pussied out and they went out and decided to stay with Drew Lock, even though they're clearly not
Well, they're
happy with
not
Drew
staying. They're
Lock.
not staying with Drew Lock because they also picked Teddy Bridgewater, bro, and that's a competition waiting to happen right there. And
I
Teddy
just don't
Bridgewater doesn't make any
instead of
sense.
freaking drafting the guy who has the highest ceiling, one of the highest ceilings in this draft class, they went out and decided, oh, you know what, Teddy Bridgewater, he fits that hole perfectly. Like, bro, shut the
Let's move
hell
on
up.
from the need. Yeah, like what? That doesn't make any
This,
sense.
in my opinion, the Denver Broncos should be disbanded for this pick. They should no longer exist. George Payton, who's the new GM after a long-time GM there, John Elway stepped down. He just puts it out, bro. And I get it. Cornerback is a need, right? For their quarterbacks, and just looking back to the good old Saxonville days, right? They won, not Saxonville, the no fly zone. Looking back to that 2015 defense that won a Super Bowl, first of all, they had a tenacious fat pass rush, which I believe they can sort of recreate, right? And I don't know what's going on with Von Miller's situation. If Von Miller comes back, then I believe, yeah, you can recreate to some extent with Bradley Chubb. You can recreate a bit of that pass rush. You need to improve the corners because in that Saxonville defense, you had Bradley Roby, you had Chris Harris, you had Aqib Talib. And instead, you know what? You've lost those guys, right? You brought in Kyle Fuller. Now you have Patrick Surtain playing outside corner with Ronald Darby. Yeah, I get it. Your defense is going to be really damn good right now. But I think here, it's clearly obvious you're frustrated with quarterback. And I don't think Teddy Bridgewater wasn't good enough for the Panthers to keep him. They're like, you know what? We're going to get rid of him for a 6th-round pick, and we're fine running with Sam Darnold, who's extremely unproven. If he wasn't good enough for another team, why do you think he's going to fill your quarterback need? It's just so obvious that they're frustrated with Drew Lock, and they pussied out. And for me, this isn't first. This is just looking at their team in a vacuum. This is an A pick for me, but just taking into account who was on the board with Justin Fields, I'm giving it an F minus. If there's something below an F minus, like is there an E grade, G grade? I don't know. They're getting whatever that grade is.
There's U for
Terrible.
unsatisfactory, I believe, in college. U, I think, is a
I'm just gonna give them like a DD for disband them, and it's gonna be disband dumb with another D. I just think they shouldn't exist anymore.
yeah. So in a vacuum, I give it an A pick as well. Since the fact they still address the need, I'm gonna give them a C minus. I could yeah, I'll give it a C minus because they still at least address the need. But the pick still made no sense. They were so many times Denver was trying to trade up. They weren't trying to trade up for Kyle Pitts. That's for damn sure. They were trying to trade up for Justin Fields. We knew that from the beginning. The Denver Broncos were trying to trade up for Kyle Pitts. Otherwise, it wouldn't make any sense. It
Why
had to
were
be for
they in the
Justin.
damn Aaron Rodgers rumors if they didn't want a damn quarterback to replace Drew Lock?
It doesn't make any sense. Uh, it's very frustrating if you're a Broncos fan right now, because you
I'm sure
don't
they're
know
depressed.
you don't know what direction they're going. That's my main thing. Do you want to have Drew Lock? Do you not want to have Drew Lock? Do you want Teddy Bridgewater to be your starting quarterback? Do you not want Teddy Bridgewater? Do you want to pussy out? Do you want to like I really don't know what's going on with what John Elway and this group's thinking. So I, I'm tr-
There were some bad picks in this first round. I think this was the worst one. I think it's inexcusable.
I think it's up there. Well, there's some really bad picks too that we'll see coming up, but this was a pretty bad pick. I'll make it lower actually. I'll put D plus for Patrick Surtain. Not because of him as a player. I think he's cornerback one for me. And I think he will succeed. He's with Kyle Fuller, and I believe they also got the Eagles dude. What's his face?
Ronald Darby.
Ronald Darby. So I think that'll be a cool tandem to have. But yeah,
It's just gonna be a situation where it could have been like, what could it have been? Like they're gonna want Justin Fields in Chicago, and they're gonna be like, if he plays well and Drew Lock plays bad, then I don't see a way that Vic Fangio keeps his job, the head coach of the Broncos. I don't see a way that George Payton keeps his job. I just don't see how it works out for them. Thanks for listening to this segment of the Flea Flicker NFL show. If you enjoyed, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Thanks for listening. Peace out and bye.